Hello, good morning, student of class 12 commerce. Welcome to Pandasar's virtual class on development economics. And today we will continue our discussion on the chapter environment and sustainable development. So, students, in our last class we discussed about what is the meaning of environment and how it is important to we people. And the main problem related to environment is environmental degradation, and different types or different things that are part of environmental degradation we have already discussed yesterday, and today we are going to discuss about the causes of environmental degradation. So here point by point we will discuss. The first point obviously being overpopulation or population explosion, high growth rate of population. So how it creates a chain of effects when population start exploding, means it starts growing beyond the prescribed limit. When population grow, we need more food, but unfortunately the land area, cultivable land area is quite fixed in nature, and if you want to grow it, then we have to cut forest, which will be another cause of environmental degradation. More urbanization, more industrialization, these are the indirect result of a high rate of population growth. Hence, high rate of population growth is the foremost reason of environmental degradation. The next point being increasing urbanization. What is urbanization? Urbanization is a process when the urban areas are developed or urban area expands. And how it happens? You know, in search of jobs or some other regions, people often from rural area migrate to urban areas. And urban area, which was quite small earlier, starts expanding, giving birth to unwanted slum area where the health and hygiene is never means up to the mark or up to the quality. So, increasing urbanization is yet another reason why there is environmental degradation. The third reason is rapid industrialization. Now, in order to achieve a higher rate of growth, we need to concentrate on the development of our secondary sector, that is industrial sector. We need to produce more and more goods. We need to compete with other countries. And in that race, what happens? We start abusing the nature, we start exploring or exploiting more natural resources, which is a reason of environmental degradation. After rapid industrialization, then next is poverty. It is somehow indirectly related to environmental degradation. Poverty. Why people are poor? Because they don't have skill. They don't have education. That's why they are not skillful. That's why they are poor. So obviously their standard of living is very low. Their monetary or economic condition is very low, and in such a case they cannot afford costly things. Hence, what they would do? They would use firewood as fuel, and more cutting of trees is yet another reason of environmental degradation. Next point is increase in pollution. You know, in this rapid industrialization and urbanization, when we are putting more stress on our natural resources, then the environment starts degrading, and we can find pollution in water, we can find pollution in air, which is a direct result of rapid industrialization. We can find pollution in water, we can find pollution in soil. So all these natural resources, when becomes polluted, they contribute to environmental degradation. Then the next point being increase in the use of insecticide, pesticides and fertilizer. Chemicals that kills pests are called pesticides in agriculture. Insecticide, chemicals that kills insects are called insecticides, and all these chemicals in fertilizers, chemical fertilizers. So in all these three things we use a massive amount of chemicals which is never friendly to our environment. So why we need to use more insecticide, more pesticide and more fertilizer? Because in order to feed a larger population, we have to increase the productivity of land, because supply of land being almost fixed in nature. Hence, how from that same land we can produce more? Then we have to adopt different technologies. And like we have to forget about traditional farming, and we have to shift to XIV seeds. And you know, XIV seeds, when we use XIV seeds in our farming, then we need more insecticide, we need more pesticide, and we need more fertilizer, which degrades the environment. The last point being overuse and misuse of resources. Yes, of course, in all the above discussions, we are overusing our available resources and also we are misusing our resources. Misuse of resources means not using the resources in a proper way where they ought to be. Resources where it should be used, we are not using in that way or in that purpose, but we are using for some other purpose. Hence, overuse and misuse of resources is yet another reason why our environment is gradually degrading. So, now come to the concept of sustainable development and its different features. What is sustainable development? It's highly important question. You may get you one mark or 3 mark question asking to answer what do you mean by sustainable development. Development we understood. In economics, for last more than 7-8 months, we have been discussing what is development. And when we say economic development, it is nothing but producing more and more goods so that per capita income rises, the national income rises, and the standard of living of people rises. Now people are getting more or consuming more goods than a previous time. So, development, when we say about it, only development, then we forget yet another concept related to development is economic welfare. Always we must balance between development and welfare. At what cost? While opting for development, we must be thinking that at what cost we are achieving that degree of development. Are we ignoring welfare? Ignoring welfare means we are just, are we crushing the capacity that our nature has, the bearing capacity, that how much we are using, are we giving sufficient time to nature to replenish it? How much waste we are producing, are we allowing or giving enough time to our nature to digest or assimilate it? And here comes the concept of sustainable development. The development is called sustainable. This might be the answer for 1 mark or 3 mark question. What I am saying now, development is called sustainable, or sustainable development means producing more goods, consuming more goods without compromising with economic welfare, and leaving enough resources for our future generation so that they would not be deprived of what we are consuming now, or we have the availability. How much natural resources we have right now, we must leave the same amount of natural resources for our future generation. If along with the development this concept is achieved, then we can term it as sustainable development. So, come to different features of sustainable development. The first being sustained rise in per capita income and economic welfare. Means development is called sustainable when we see or we achieve a position where we are consuming more, producing more, and along with we are maintaining the economic welfare, and we are not compromising anything with our future generation. Then ability of future generation to meet their needs. What happens? The rate we are consuming now for fossil fuels, after 20 or 30 years, there would not be any. Hence, is it not injustice to our future generation? So, while we are opting for sustainable development, we must ensure that our future generation are safe and they will be getting the equal amount of natural resources that we have. Then rational use of natural resources. How we can achieve that goal? Only and only when we use our natural resources in a rational manner. And we have already discussed many times about what is rationality. Rationality means the best possible thing for us. Means both a suitable combination of development and welfare. Then control on pollution. This is a must. No problem, we are adopting XIV seeds. But at the same time, we have to develop technology so that we will be able to control the degree or volume of pollution, so that we have a safer planet to live in. Now, in order to achieve sustainable development, what strategies we are following? When it comes to strategies, over point by point you see non-conventional source of energy. You know, while discussing energy chapter, we have discussed in elaboration what is conventional source of energy and what is non-conventional source of energy. Non-conventional source, one of the most important merit of non-conventional source of energy is that they produce less pollution. When they are used to get power, they produce less pollution. Then clean fuel. Clean fuel means, see, for cooking we can use firewood, we can use coal, as well as we can use gas, LPG gas. So, in this connection, if we compare firewood, coal and LPG gas, then LPG gas is the cleanest form of fuel. So, we should be doing that. In rural areas, usually the government often fails to supply LPG gas. Hence, it is the initiative of the government. Government should ensure that all the population, the entire population, are supplied with LPG gas, so that they will be using cleaner fuel. And in that way, the degree of pollution can be reduced. Biocomposting. You know, many things that we discard are biodegradable. Biodegradable means it can be destroyed by bacteria. And you know about what is composting. You can use it in a pit, and at the same time we can make cleaner gas, methane gas, that can be used for cooking or to get energy. And at the same time, all the biodegradable waste of what we are putting in the pit, after a week or so, it will turn into compost, which would replace the harmful fertilizer and would increase the quality of soil. Then, biopest control. See, when we are adopting XIV seeds, we are using massive amount of insecticide and pesticides, which are made of chemicals, and they have a harmful effect on our environment. Hence, there are some substitute also that we can use some bio-pest control system. Like instead of using insecticide or pesticide, you can use the extract of neem leaves. It also kills pest and insect, and it is called a bio-pest control system, which is less polluting and less harmful for our mother nature. Then organic farming. This is yet another substitute. The food we produce through organic farming is better in comparison to the food we produce using XIV seeds. And one of the most important feature of organic farming is zero use of chemical, insecticide, pesticide and fertilizers. In fact, we use compost, which enhance the quality of soil rather than degrading it. So, organic farming is yet another strategy. Government should initiate policies or introduce policies to support organic farming so that it would reduce the volume of pollution. Then all these things we can plan, we can do, but unless we bring awareness among consumer, producer and general people, we never can succeed in our achievement of our goal. Hence, spreading awareness among people is the foremost or is the key to all this success that we have just now discussed. So this is all about your chapter sustainable development and our nature. So one more chapter left, that is our relationship with our neighbors, that is China and Pakistan, and 2 more videos. After that your syllabus for this year is completed. So I'll be sending today the notes, and thank you for today. Thank you and have a nice day.